Hello, it's Grace. We're talking about friendship today. In a nutshell, friendship has become more and more complicated now than ever. With all those digital tools, we're not only able to make friends with people from another side of the world, we're also able to communicate with them through phone calls, text, images, videos, snaps, more quickly and efficiently. I'm not sure about the effectiveness of communication online. Nonetheless, it provides a platform that opens up many opportunities to make new friends and also to maintain a friendship. Ironically, although according to what I just said, it should make friendship easier and better, but in reality, it is not the case. There is so much hidden meaning behind text, behind messages, behind the timing of the messages, the boundaries and how it is constructed. And no doubt these things have all made friendships and boundaries around friendship more fragile and complicated to maintain. In another way, everybody has so many friends nowadays that they don't really appreciate and deepen the real friendship they had with people. Sadly, friends have become more and more replaceable, and maybe it's just my opinion, but I think friendships nowadays lack real depth to the relationship. It remains more on a superficial level. It is much harder to find real friendship with real depth, love, and care. So today I'm going to share with you some signs that it is time to let a friendship go. Because there's no point in keeping the relationships that no longer serve you, and there's no point in forcing others to be your close friends when they don't want to be. Because it is not easy for us to figure out friendship in the modern world, it is important for us to be aware of the digital etiquettes between friends and have more clarity in the boundaries and expectations between friends. Basically, what is okay and what is not okay. I'm passionate about this topic and will likely make more videos in the friendship series, so please like and subscribe if you want to see more. The number one sign that it's time to let a friendship go is when a friend is taking forever to reply to your text messages. There's a lot of excuses in today's world in not replying to people because of how busy they might be, their lifestyle choices, and much more. First of all, I want to emphasize that I'm talking about chronic long-term delay in responding to you, especially when they started the conversation in the first place. None of us are perfect human beings, and there's always gives and takes in every relationship. I imagine it as a weighing balance, so there's time that I need to pick things up for my friends, and there's time that your friends will have to pick things up for you, and that is what makes friendship so beautiful. But when there's a chronic imbalance, the friendships is no longer sustainable because you cannot carry two people's weight with your own strength all the time. It is emotionally too much for you. I used to make excuses for my friends all the time about why they only reply to me every 2 weeks or every month. I always give them the benefit of doubt that they may be busy with work, they may be traveling, they may have got into an accident, childbirth, I don't know, they may be going off-grid, living with a gorilla in the forest. Anything is possible, right? As a Christian, I believe that anything is possible, so my imagination can go quite far and wild into the fantasy land. But let's be real, most of us just use this excuse too busy, which is a very general excuse that can get you off any responsibility instantly. So it is often used a lot. And another classic example, I'm sorry, I have ADHD. In my experiences, people who are actually diagnosed with ADHD, they reply to me. So I don't know what you mean. When I think the reasons why someone may take so long to reply to me or cannot reply to me within a timely manner, I always put myself in their shoes and think in what situations I'm not able to reply back to people in a timely manner. So that includes if I got into an accident and I will be either seriously injured or dead, so I cannot reply to them. If I just did a surgery and cannot get access to my digital devices, if I'm traveling to some remote places without any signals, or if I lost my phone, or if my phone's broken. If my friends told me these reasons for not replying to me, total forgiveness, and I'll be praying for them. But if they come up to me and just tell me they're too busy, well, I'm busy too. I'm stressed too. If I can reply to you within a week, why can't you? Do you not understand any digital etiquette? How would you feel if you were ghosted by someone you deemed important to you? Would you do the same to your boss? 1 week is the maximum lead time that I set for myself to reply to my friends. Because I know there are times when you're busy at work or when you have a stressful time, you cannot reply quickly. I've been there and I understand it. However, there's boundaries to everything, and it may look differently to different people, but generally, it is considered quite rude to reply to a text message from your friend over 1 to 2 weeks later without any solid reasons. Can I just say it? It's rude. And it makes me feel like I'm not important to that person, so it's time to let it go. You cannot control what others do. You can only take responsibility in setting your own boundaries. If you're able to voice it out with a friend, great. But to be very honest with you, if a friend of yours takes over a month to reply to your message, there really isn't that much friendship there to hold on to. The number 2 sign that it's time to let a friendship go is when a friendship becomes a one-sided relationship. You will notice this as a common theme among all the signs that I'm talking about, but I just want to take this opportunity to talk about this as a whole. Before we dive deeper, we need to revisit the friendship circles, which I have talked and explained about in my previous video about having 0 friends. In that video, I described how you can use the friendship circles to bring more awareness to you about the friends you have in your social circle, the relationship you have with them, versus the effort you're spending on them. So it is a very useful tool to have more awareness around that, and to know whether you are expecting people who are not in your close friendship circles to be your close friends. The friendship circle needs to be updated regularly because some friendships do expire, and sometimes losing a friend doesn't mean you delete her in your life forever. It can simply mean you transition her from a close friendship circle into more of acquaintance level, which makes more sense. So yeah, I just wanted to point that out before we continue. One obvious sign to look for when your friendship has become one-sided is when they only reach out or call you or text you when they need emotional support from you, but when you need emotional support from them, when you're in need of that support from your friend, they are slacking away. They are not putting any effort in supporting you. Basically, they take and not give. And again, I'm talking about chronic behaviors here. Although it is a very obvious sign, a lot of people take much longer and waste way more time than they should if they were aware of these signs. One-sided relationships are no longer called relationships. It is just you playing a fantasy land in your mind. And it can really hurt when you find out that the reality does not match the fantasy you have. So it will benefit you way more to let this friendship go instead of having the illusion of having more friends in your life. The number 3 signs that it's time for you to let go of a friendship is when you realize that this is only a seasonal friendship, meaning that they're only there for a season or when you are involved with a specific social group. In my previous video about being a church nomad, I talked about how I lost a lot of friendships with people because I left a specific church group. I was in denial for a while, not wanting to believe that those people are no longer in my life anymore. And I ended up hurting myself because what I really needed is to see things clearly and just let these seasonal friendships go. This is one of the reasons why making real friends really takes time. They may start from being a seasonal friend and develop into more of a close friend of yours. So do give them the opportunity to going to your close friendship circle, but also don't be overly attached to them and be prepared to let them go when it is the time. I would rather you maintain your integrity in being who you are or grow and progress into becoming more authentic than having more friends for the sake of having more friends because you're afraid of being alone. And seasonal friends may come in and out of your life. It is never linear. You may end up become close friends in the future, who knows. But don't be afraid to have 0 friends sometimes if you have to, because it is much healthier for you to be alone than being with the wrong people. And from my experiences, a season of having 0 friends is temporary. Your life does not end there. There are so many new opportunities in the future to meet like-minded people as you grow, so it is really a hopeful process. If you watched this video till now, you probably know that I'm all about building real deep friendship with people long term. Whether you have that now or not, focusing on real deep friendships require us to refine our friendship circles, refining what kind of people you want to surround yourself with and what elements of a friendship is really important to you. At last, I pray, as you renew your mind, body, and spirit, your friendships and friends are renewing at the same time. Bye. Thanks for watching.